Hello, this is Patrick with Lone Wolf Software, and today we're going to look at the fuel module in Automotive Wolf, our car care, car maintenance software. So right now on your screen you see we have Automotive Wolf, and we have the What's Due tab selected for the Honda Civic. So you see what's currently due for the vehicle, but what we're going to focus on today is the fuel module. I'm going to show you how to add fuel records and how to interpret what you're seeing as far as the results. So let's click on the fuel tab here for this Honda, and we see some of the records. These are the fuel records that have been entered for the Honda Civic, and of course they're in a descending order here. And we're going to go through this. I want to show you exactly why in this MPG column some MPGs or miles per gallon have been calculated and others haven't, and it really depends on what you select when you add the record. So when you're ready to add a record and for a fill up when you've gone to the gas station, you can of course click on the add button. Now a lot of times people will write this information down on a piece of paper or keep a record on their smartphone or something, and then later transfer this over to Automotive Wolf. But I'm just going to show you right now how to add this information and how to do it correctly. So if you click on the add button while we're in the fuel tab, you see this window here, add fuel record for the 1907, of course not an 07 Honda Civic. And you basically just work your way from the top down. So the first question you're asked is, did you fill up the tank? And that's an important question to answer, because Automotive Wolf will only calculate MPGs between fill-ups. Now, recently we changed it so they don't have to be consecutive fill-ups. You can have partial fill-ups in between the fill-ups. So let's say you can fill up once and then maybe have as many partial fill-ups as you want. And then when you fill up again, it'll take into account, as long as you entered those partial fill-up records, it'll take into account all the partial fill-ups, the amount of fuel used, etc., and it will give you a very accurate result when you finally fill up for the second time. But all during the partial fill-ups, you're not going to see an MPG calculated because it can't do it accurately until you filled up the tank again. So the first question you're asked is, did you fill up the tank? That's an important one. So if you didn't fill up, click no. And that will actually change some of the other options here. But in this case, we're going to say yes. So just leave the yes selected. It's selected by default. And then the next one here is miles per gallon for the MPG calculation. And you have two options. One is include in the fuel economy calculation, and the other one is ignore and restart fuel economy calculations at the next fill up. So generally, if you're filling up the tank every single time, for example, and a lot of people do that, you'll just always leave these two first default ones selected. It'll just always be yes, you filled up, and yes, you want to include it. And as long as you don't forget any fill-ups in between, then the calculation you get is going to be extremely accurate. So in this case, we're going to also leave the include in fuel economy calculation selected. Now, if you did select the ignore, what that basically tells Automotive Wolf is you don't want, maybe you want to, let's say, a period of time where you didn't record your gas station stops, you didn't record any information from your fuel fill-ups. And if you click ignore, it tells Automotive Wolf to ignore this particular fuel record. And if it's a fill-up, then you ignore it for any MPG calculation, but you will use it to start again now calculating fill-ups. So it's a way for you to go a period of time, for example, without actually entering any records for the fuel, and you want to say you want to start again to see if your car's changed maybe on its mileage or its fuel economy. Just click the ignore button, and that way it won't calculate anything for this particular record, and it'll restart. It'll restart from this point if this is a fill-up. So of course here the date's already selected when the fill-up is, and you would enter these three things here in red. Any time in Automotive Wolf you see red, you can click on the red text and it'll open up a number pad like here, for example. So you would enter the number of gallons, and then you would click on this one to enter the total cost. And then the odometer is required if it's a fill-up. So if you notice up here on the upper left-hand corner, if you click no, it's not a fill-up. It says it's optional. So it's really not needed as long as you're recording the number of gallons for, say, partial fill-ups. As long as you're recording how much fuel was actually added, you don't really need the odometer until the final fill-up. And this other information here is just kind of miscellaneous brand, fuel, grade, octane, etc. Other notes and things you can add to the record. So that's how you enter it. As I said, if you are always filling up your tank, you really don't need to touch these first two. Just leave it as yes, you filled it up and you want to include it. Only when you start doing partial fill-ups in between complete fill-ups, Then you'd want to select no for fill it up, and then you want to keep it included because that tells Automotive Wolf it's not a fill up, but I did add some gas, and I want that calculated when I finally fill it up again. And you can do this repeatedly. You can have 8, 10, 20 partial fill ups. But when you finally fill it up again, then you'll of course select it's a fill up and include it, and then it'll take into consideration all those partial fill ups. As long as you entered pretty accurate records for as far as how much fuel was added, it'll give you a really accurate result. So let's close this window for now. I wanted to go through this table here of the fuel records and explain to you why, again, try to just illustrate why some of these MPGs are not calculated. And some people might look at this table and think, well, there's something wrong. But no, Automotive Wolf's doing exactly what it should be doing. So let's look at the first record that was added. And we see it's a fill up, and they want to include it. But there's no previous record, so there's no way it can calculate an MPG. It doesn't know what the previous fill-up was, so of course that's left blank. The next one is another fill-up, and it's included, so it can calculate an MPG, which it does at 30. The following again is another fill-up and include, calculates it at 31.19. So that's why you have these two values for MPG. The next one here is a no for fill-up, so that means whoever added this record, it's not a complete fill-up. They just maybe put a 5 gallons or 10 gallons in or whatever, but they did say include. So that means you want it included. The person's planning on filling up at some point, and they want this partial fill-up included. Otherwise, this would have been ignore. So, of course, you can't calculate an MPG because it's not a fill-up. So that's why this MPG for this column here is left blank. The following record, again, is another fill-up no. So they did another partial fill-up. They want it included. Again, there was no MPG calculated because it hasn't had a second fill-up. You have to have 2 fill-ups between the two before you can actually calculate the MPG. And then finally, on this next record, the person fills up and says include, and then you can finally calculate. So this 33 miles per gallon here is taken into consideration the 6 gallons for this partial fill-up and the 5.9 gallons. And this is how it comes up with the 33, and that's going to be very accurate. It's going to be right on. Now again, the next record is an ignore. So the person filled up the tank, but maybe they waited a while before they had, there was time had passed before they started adding records again. So when you select the ignore, you're not going to have an MPG calculated, of course. And what it tells Automotive Wolf is we can start calculating MPG again from this point as long as it's a fill-up, which it is. So at this point, we say, okay, we're going to ignore this record, but we can start calculating MPGs at the next fill-up. So then the next one is a fill-up and an include. So this is number 1. And then the next one, there are 2 more no's, which are partial fill-ups. So, of course, it can't calculate anything. And then here, finally, another fill-up and the include. So now the MPG is actually calculated. And it's calculated between these 3 records here. Now the next one is another fill-up include, so of course it calculates it right away. Same thing with this one, and this one. MPGs are all calculated because these are all records that were fill-ups. They were included, and no records were missed in between, no partial fill-ups. The following record, you see the MPG is missing, and that's because again it's a no for the fill-up, which means it was a partial fill-up, and he wants it included. And then the next record is a fill-up, and it's included so that it can calculate the MPG. And this one here between is a partial fill-up, so that this 6.20 gallons that was partial fill-up is used in the calculation of this 29.41. And then again, another fill-up that's included so it can calculate the MPG. So you see, whenever you see some blank spaces in MPGs, they're there for a reason. It's because there's no way to really calculate an accurate fuel economy calculation for these particular records. So that's perfectly normal to have these blanks in here. And in fact, you want to look at your records and make sure that you're adding accurate data. And for anything that's not a complete fill-up, you want to make it a partial fill-up. Or if you don't want it included in the data because you haven't been adding records for a while, just select ignore, and then it's kind of like starting over from that point on. It'll start calculating again. Now, if you look at this this list here, down in the bottom right-hand corner, you can click on the fuel economy graph, and it'll graph out the actual fuel economy that's been calculated. So all these data points here are points that will match these data points in the MPG column. And as it'll give you some information, there are, let's see, 9 data points. and gives you some other range, odometer range, date range, time period. And also it calculates an MPG average or fuel economy average for this vehicle, currently at 28.99, which is going to be right on. Now this red line through the middle is the average, which is 28.99. And you see the range here is from about, what, maybe 34, 35 down to 25, which is pretty normal for a car depending on how you're driving it. Let's close this. The other thing is, of course, you can use the reports button, click on the report, and you see the fuel record. Now if you click on the right here, you'll see also the same graph. It's just at a little bit different scale, and again 28.99 is your average miles per gallon. This is the fuel report. And another way to look at the results and make sure they're accurate is to click on the analysis button. And after you click on the analysis, this is the cost analysis for this Honda Civic. And if you scroll down to the fuel data, you'll see how many records were entered. It gives you a bunch of information on your fuel data. Average cost per gallon, high MPG. So the highest miles per gallon calculated was 33. The low was 25.38. MPG average, again, 28.99, as was shown in the other ones. And it even shows you what your average fuel cost per day is, which is about $4 for this vehicle. And that's, of course, going to depend on how far you're driving it every day. And the average cost per mile is about 8 cents per mile when you drive this vehicle, as far as fuel costs. Vehicle operating costs are calculated below, and it also takes into consideration the fuel costs. That's all part of these calculations here at the bottom. So you can see it's quite comprehensive. The fuel module is really accurate. And I would highly recommend you try to enter accurate data. And if you forget to add data for a while, just ignore it, add a record, ignore it, and from that point on, we'll start calculating again for you. There's some information down here that also explains this. Whenever you click on any of the options or tabs in Automotive Wolf, right below the list that's displayed, there's some information that explains to you pretty much what you're looking at and how to use this module that you open. So in the fuel module, you'll see there's some information down here which will give you kind of a reminder of how to use the fuel module. And that's all for today. Thanks for listening, and look for other videos for Automotive Wolf. Thanks again.